York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Knick of Time show. Here to give you the Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And it's time to talk about a Knicks loss. All right, the Knicks lose to the Cavs 110-104. And I'm kind of tired about it. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm kind of tired about it. I'm gonna get to the good, the bad, and the ugly about this game. But before I even do that, shout out to the chat, shout out to the KOT family who's here early, who are here after a game like this and chose to even talk about a game like this with us after a loss. So shout out to you guys in the chat, especially my lawyers like Picks for Timmy and everybody else is rocking with the KOT show here early. So let's get to it. This is a hard-fought game. This is a defensive game. Here's the thing. We lost this game to me in the second half. The first half, two of these teams are going toe-to-toe. Defensively, both teams are pressing each other for real. Both teams were pressing each other. I felt we played great defense, and I felt like we missed wide open looks. And I thought personally we were going to win this game because of the types of looks that we were missing to start this game. I was like, eventually those wide open looks are going to go down. And boy, was I wrong. To me, the problem really started in the third quarter. Jalen Brunson all game was deplorable. He shot horribly. He really shot horribly. Wade, not really known as much as a defender, but he's a tall guy and 6'9", did a good job defensively on him. I cannot lie. He did. And the Cavs did a really good job of double teaming him in spots. Kept him off balance to where he really didn't expect those double teams. And he shot 24 shots. Jalen Brunson on today shot 8 of 24, 33% from the field. Not a very Jalen Brunson-like game at all. But despite all that, the Knicks had a shot. The Knicks absolutely had a shot to win this game. All right? Third quarter, matter of fact, although Brunson had a horrible, deplorable game, he actually started to put together some buckets in the third quarter. He actually started to put together 3 or 4 buckets in a row in the third quarter. And the Knicks actually ended up taking a lead. We had a 13-point lead in the third quarter. 13-point lead. And this is when things went awry to me. Brunson goes up for a layup. He gets kneed in the knee. Comes up hobbling. He goes to the bench. He goes to the locker room. I think you guys and me were both a little bit worried about the status of his return, but he was okay. He was okay. Physically, he was okay, but his game never returned to what it was in the third quarter. And this, to me, is where it all started to go downhill because enter campaign and Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride comes in. He scores a bucket. Campaign, love the dude. Loved him in Phoenix. Did well for himself in the 76ers. When Campaign and Deuce came into the game against the starters, that's when we started to let go of the rope. That's when the Cavs started to make their run. Campaign came over there and he shot 2 of 7 from the field, 28%. Although he shot 2 or 3 from the 3, he shot 28% from the field. And had 1 turnover. And I felt like the momentum for the Cavs started to pick up. I don't know if it was mental because the Knicks were worried about what's going on with Brunson in the bathroom, in the locker room, if he's going to be healthy. I don't know if they panicked or what, but I feel like the Cavs felt emboldened in that third quarter and started to make a run. And to be honest with you, I didn't even care at that point. I just wanted Jalen Brunson healthy. Turns out Jalen Brunson was absolutely healthy. The Shell says Deuce need to take over. Yeah, I think so. Deuce definitely probably should have took over instead of Campaign, because Campaign to me sometimes gets a little shot happy. And even Deuce this game, he missed a lot of open threes, but I'm not going to hold that against Deuce because he's been smoking this season. He's smoking. But fast forward to the fourth quarter. Darius Garland was torching us all game long. Mikal Bridges did a phenomenal job, to me, guarding Donovan Mitchell, but we could never really figure out how to guard Garland. Shout out to Josh Hart, who had a really good game before he went out injured. Josh Hart tried to guard Garland. He smoked him the whole first half. Deuce tried to guard Garland. He got smoked in the fourth quarter along with Josh Hart until Josh Hart was taking out the game. We never really found an answer for Darius Garland. I feel like for the most part, we played everybody decently except for Darius Garland. Darius Garland was able to hit open threes, all willy-nilly, and also able to get in the paint. Which brings me to my second issue, and an issue that I feel like the Knicks and Tom Thibodeau have to address. The defense at the rim. I love KATS offensively. I've always had a hiccup. I've always had an eyebrow about KATS defense. And to me, it was glaring how bad it was when you compare KATS defense to a rookie who defensively, to me, and even offensively in the spot, stole the show. Ariel Hukoporti stole the show defensively. Listen, man, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat you. I know some people be like, yo, Jay Ellis, you be hard on Cat, and sometimes, dog, I'm not gonna hold you. I might not like what I'm about to say. There was a period of time in the fourth quarter when I wanted Ariel to play the rest of the game because defensively, Cat was just not getting it done. Darius Garland is going to the hole. Cat has his hands down to his side. Bruh. What defensive center, what center is going to have his hands down to his side as a point guard is going to the hole? That is not Knicks basketball. That is not what Cat is supposed to be doing, man. Multiple times his hands to his side when guards are coming to the rim. In the Knicks uniform, we play defense. That's what we do first. We play defense. I need Cat to play defense. And he had a couple of ticky-tack fouls. But ultimately, you know, when you're playing the whole game, when you're playing four quarters, you might not be engaged the entire game. But in the fourth quarter especially, that's when you need to be locked in. Now, when there was a portion in the game when Tom Thibodeau sat Cat down and put Ariel Hukoporti in the game, and man, was I impressed. I wasn't impressed with the refs, though, because the refs rigged the game. Okay, it's not the refs' fault, but the refs did their best to give the Cavs even more ammunition, because Hukoporti, as soon as he came in the game, he was attentive. He was disrupting people with his hands. He was distracting shots. He was active. He was meeting people at the rim. I did not see the conga line to the rim when Ariel Hukoporti came in the game. I feel like he bothered somebody's shot from behind. Like, this kid This kid, Ariel, I like this kid. We talked about him taking Sims minutes. I said, I think it's going to happen more closer to, December, January, if it does happen at all. Look out, guys. We're here. We're here. Tom Thibodeau, guy who notoriously does not play rookies, played Ariel today. And I don't know if Sims is injured because Sims only played, 3 minutes today? He only played 3 minutes. But if he wasn't injured and Ariel just straight up took his minutes, it's well deserved because looking at Ariel's game, he has a feel on offense. He has a feel on defense. He's active. He hit when the game was on the line and the Cavs were making a run, he made a great dunk. Brunson finally actually passing the ball to the cutter. He made a great dunk, which the rest waited off. Bruh. Horrible call. But to me, this guy is the ipso facto backup center right now. He's done a phenomenal job and he should stay in the rotation, and it's happening for us. And what makes me really like this kid is the moxie, is the balls. He came in the game and demanded the ball on a post-up. What rookie players you see do that? Now, this guy's been playing with grown men overseas for 4 years. So he's taking all that experience and he's bringing it to the Knicks, and it's showing for us. And you show it to this game. And shout out to Deuce McBride, who the game before was telling him not to be discouraged and to play and to keep playing because every minute he plays counts. And it seemed like he took that advice from Deuce to heart, and he was able to play this game. And I strongly believe the defensive stand that we took shortly in that third quarter and the fourth quarter had a lot to do with what Ariel has done defensively. And I just need KAT to get with that program. I need KAT to get with that program and rise to the occasion defensively with the rest of the Knicks. Which brings me my other concern with KAT and Tibbs, actually. Now, long term, I'm looking at these shot charts and it's glaring that KAT only had 8 shots during the entire game. Now, granted, I see what's happening, right? Tibbs has been using KAT as a decoy the entire game. Tibbs saw we were losing the offensive battle and decided, you know what, we're going to pick on Darius Garland, and it was working. In the first half, it was absolutely working. And maybe, you know what, if Jalen Brunson didn't go down that third quarter and we didn't lose momentum, we wouldn't really be talking about this right now. But guess what? It happened. So now we got to talk about it because we lost the game. All right. Long term, we still need to find a way to involve KAT into the offense. Now, sometimes people say when the big man plays offense, he's inspired to play defense. Maybe that's why he wasn't playing defense as hard. I don't know. To me, that's still not an excuse, especially when the game is on the line. Regardless of that fact, we still need to play. We still need to involve KAT into the offense a lot more and get him more than 8 shots a game. My man is just doing cardio. He played 32 minutes and took 8 shots. That's cardio to me. Now he did well grabbing the rebounds. He had 10 rebounds. And he even had a steal, but 3 turnovers. But we need to give that man more than 8 shots again and use him less as a decoy. Because when I'm looking at the shot chart, I see OG has 13 shots. I see Josh Hart has 10 shots. And, that's by design because, the Cavs and other teams are leaving Josh Hart open. And I see Jalen Brunson has 24 shots. You got to feed the big man. You got to feed the center. We have to keep working on that. The game versus the Pacers, I like the balance. I like the balance of how we took it to the Pacers. We have to get KAT more involved offensively as this year goes on. Hopefully Tibbs figures that out. Hopefully Tibbs figures that out. All right. But my biggest concern long term to me is KAT's defense after 5 and how long will it last if he has games like this. Because it's one of those things where it works out for us offensively, but when games get tight, we have to. He hits the free throws. I love the way he hits free throws in the clutch because we never had centers who can actually hit free throws. But when the games are tight, we have to keep reminding him to play defense. Basic stuff. Put your hands up when the guards are going down the lane. Very basic. Put your hands out to make yourself wide. When people are dribbling, you are 7 feet freaking tall. When your arms are out, you're deflecting balls, pause, and you're getting into passing lanes by just putting your hands out. Ask Mr. Robinson. The rookie should not be outplaying you defensively on his first year as an NBA player. That's all I really got to say. Salute to the chat. I'm tired, yo. I'm tired about this loss. We shouldn't have lost this game. Shout out to Brooklyn Vision Media who sends a $4.99 super chat. He says, KAT is a veteran and fans is blaming the coach. KAT must demand the ball. When Josh Hart was in, we were killing the Cavs. We didn't really need KAT. I wouldn't. It's the Cavs. This is the Cavs 22, man. Because KAT, like it or not, got us a lot of open shots just because he was on the floor. The question is, are we losing more points on defense? And his defense really, to me, didn't seem like a huge deal until the fourth quarter when he wasn't protecting the paint. And then in my mind, I'm like, damn, we actually need a shot blocker here to offset the horrible defense that KAT's doing. You can't be the last line of defense. That's the way I see it. D. Grant says KAT is who he is, and he's not going to be a defensive player. KAT mentally is all on offense. This is up to Tibbs, man. This is up to Tibbs, especially in the fourth quarter. It's up to Tibbs, or it's up to the players on the floor, because we got defenders on the floor. We got OG. We got McHale. Shoot, even Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is not a guy whose stature screams, I'm a defensive stopper. But Jalen Brunson will get it in there. He'll muck it up. He'll be in the right position. He'll put his body on the line. He'll maximize his body to do everything he can to contribute defensively. So even though the rep of Jalen Brunson is he's not a defender, there'll be games where he doesn't hurt you defensively just because of his activity level. And I just need KAT to just have baseline activity level. And if not, the coach or his teammates on the floor have to just point it out. Alisa C says Mobley backing him down. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I'm used to punking these Cavs centers. I don't like the fact that Mobley and these guys get to back us down. And low key, before Josh Hart went down, we were still kind of punking these Cavs centers. We were still punking them. Josh Hart, had 16 points and 13 rebounds? And he might have had freaking 16 points and 16 rebounds if he didn't get injured and hacked by the Cavs while he was going on the fast break. Like Jarrett Allen had 15 rebounds. Josh Hart had 13 and he's a shooting guard. We still kind of punked them, but we have to shore up these guards, man. We have to play these guards a lot better. And I don't even really necessarily I do not blame McBride and I don't blame Josh Hart because, the Cavs are top heavy in that guard area and they have really good talent who can shoot threes. You're going to get burned. But in games like these, you have to rely on your team defense when you have a guy who's that good shooting threes and going to the hole. So if we've seen Josh Hart and McBride getting beat off the dribble, it's even more important for our Karl Anthony or or our wings to rotate. And we just did not have that tonight. We just did not. Picks for Timmy says Cat can't read yet. Once he figures out how easy it is, you're going to hear Cat talking about high pitch all game. Dog, it's not even that, yo. Cat be in position and just don't even put his hands up. Just put your hands up, bro. This is like high school basketball. Put your hands up. That's it. That's really it. Overall, it's not the end of the game. It's not the end of the world. The Knicks have a lot of games left. It's only game 3. I would expect that Tom Thibodeau is going to run through the game tape and point out the things that the Knicks did wrong. I actually feel like we played defense really well for about three and a half quarters. And in the fourth quarter, it just all went to crap. We can't play 3.5 quarters of defense. We need to play all 4 quarters of defense. I commend Josh Hart for even playing the way he played. He was listed as questionable today because he injured his ankle the last game. He played his heart out defensively. For the most part, I felt like we were on a string. There was times when OG, McCall, and Josh Hart were seemed like they were playing for each other and deflecting the ball. There was times where I saw McBride and Mikal Bridges have a kismet, a chemistry on defense, and really did some things well in that start of the third quarter when we went into the defense, when we started to make that lead and build that 13-point lead. So it's not all lost. We still had really good defensive stretches. We just need to clean certain things up. We need to get in KATS' ear, and we might have to give Ariel more minutes at the backup center. The one thing I will say is this Ariel's emergence long term is going to make things interesting for the Knicks. Because if he's as good as he's showing, and then you look up, we have Ariel who's playing well. We have Precious who's on a 1-year contract, and you have Mitch. If he continues to play well, the front office will look to move somebody at some point. To me, Ariel's emergence pretty much is the nail in the coffin for Sims. And the thing is, Sims didn't play bad in his 3 minutes. He actually had a pretty good offensive rebound, but he only played 3 minutes. But Ariel is just popping off the page. He just looks like a natural talent. He looks like he's been in the NBA a long time. So I would have to imagine the front office is taking a look at this and going, okay, you know what? If we have multiple sensors here who are producing, can we package 1 or 2 to get something else here? I know it's really early in the season to even think about that, but I can definitely see a situation where that's happening in the future. So I would definitely keep an eye out for that because of Ariel's emergence. And I'll also look out for Pacome Dadiet and Tyler Kolek too, man. I'm keeping one eye on Tyler Kolek too. The thing for Tyler has to get better defensively. Has to. If Tyler even gets passable defensively, he's playing over Cam. Because what's keeping Cam on the floor right now is his activity level and his floater game and his fearlessness. He doesn't even necessarily shoot well. The thing with Cam really is he's shooting too much at times. He's actually shot more shots than Cat. I know I've been having this discussion about who's going to be the second option, whether it be Cat or be Mikal Bridges. So far, if you're looking at 3 games, Mikal Bridges has shot more than Cat in these 3 games. On average, according to Tommy Bear, he actually posted this on his Twitter, that Cat is averaging 9.3 field goal attempts per game through these 3 contests. So for a starting center who's making $60 million, he needs to be a little bit more involved in the offense. But also the guy who we just signed to some ho hum deal at the end of the bench is taking more shots than our $60 million player. So I might need Cam to calm down. Just a note. Just a little footnote. But yeah, we need to keep an eye on that. Definitely need to keep an eye on that. And I'm still keeping an eye on Tyler Cole like long term, even though it sounds crazy. Hey. Ariel's out here playing over Sims. I didn't think that was going to happen so quickly. I didn't. I did not. All right, man. Keeping this one short. I'm doing this solo dolo. Shout out to my peoples out there. Shout out to Ebony. Shout out to Lee. Shout out to Ryan. Especially my guy Ryan, because Ryan is taking care of family business, but he should be back soon, probably within a week or so. So shout out to my guy Ryan. Everybody else is rocking with the KOT show. All right. Also shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to D Grant. Picks for Timmy. Craig Ward. Craig Ward says we'll be fine as soon as the team meshes together. We'll be fine long term. I still feel like if Jalen Brunson doesn't tweak his knee in the third quarter, we win the game. But I felt like the team kind of panicked a little bit when he went out, and we had Cam Payne and McBride running the show, and that's when the Cavs took over. I still feel like we could have won that game. So I still feel, and you know what? Jalen Brunson shot 8 for 24. That's not a normal Jalen Brunson game. He's going to figure it out. He's not going to be shooting 8 for 24 against the Cavs. Matter of fact, he's had 48 point games, 50 point games versus the Cavs. This to me was kind of an anomaly. I know Wade is a big guy, but I don't think Wade will be able to hold down Jalen Brunson for a whole game the next game. So I'm looking forward for the Knicks to getting their revenge against the Cavs next game. And congratulations to the Cavs, though. They went 3-0. They beat 2 bottom feeder teams, and they beat us, who's supposed to be actually a good team. So congratulations to the Cavs. Shout out to Darius says face the facts. KATS Listen, I ain't want to talk about KATS on the Knicks now. So I'm going to refrain from calling him all the crazy names. I'm going to root for the kid because he's in a Knicks uniform. But you best believe I'm going to criticize him when he doesn't play well. And when he plays well, I'm going to point that out and congratulate him. And hopefully I'm congratulating him this season more than I'm criticizing. All right. Craig Ward says, appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. The Predicate says, Coach Tibbs has no idea how to use Thundercat, and he has coached him before. Yeah, I think he has to get reacquainted. And I feel like for the long term, Tibbs has a lot of new pieces to play with, and he has to learn how to use all of them. Mikal Bridges is a legit threat. OG Anunoby can be a threat as well. I think he's trying to still find that balance between how to give people the ball in their spots, how to take over, how to call people's number to exploit mismatches. And I still feel like he's trying to figure out that balance. When we played the Pacers, the balance is perfect. Today, balance was not so perfect. All right. Hi, yo. I feel like I'm gonna just head out early since I did this solo dolo. Thank you guys. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for watching, always supporting the channel. And also super chats, man. Super chats are always welcome. Super chats help keep the light on. Helps pay for stuff. And it just helps the show keep on going. For sure. So super chats are definitely appreciated. It helps organize these things. When people talk about, we need chapters. Chapters are very, chapters take a while to do, but I use YouTube money, I use super chat money to help get the chapters up, as an example. All right, to help pay for the video stuff, so I can talk to people through the video. So super chats do not go in my pocket. I don't buy Jordans. I don't buy Ewings. They go to the show. Yeah. It's all right. So support is actually needed. And if money isn't your thing, you want to support somewhere, some other way, just hit that like, subscribe, share, and all things of that nature. All right. When we start taking calls, maybe I can set up the Discord. Maybe I can reset. I haven't touched the Discord in a while. Maybe I'll set up the Discord again and have people just kind of join the Discord so you guys can come in and chat. The phone lines. The phone lines are always the simplest way. For me, for us, like if we're getting super chats and we're getting big support, then I'll bring the phone lines back. Because really, the phone lines really depend on the funds, because the phone lines are the most expensive thing going. So if we have the people support and we have the super chats going, that's when the phone lines come back, because the phone lines cost bread. Keep it a buck, which is why we went to the Discord. All right. That's the show, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Do I have any bruh picks today? Bruh. Do I have any bruh picks today? My bruh pick today was really the Nazi Trump rally outside of Madison Square Garden, when dude was talking smack about telling crazy, tasteless black jokes, Puerto Rican jokes, Jewish jokes, and bruh. Ridiculous for that type of stuff to be happening in New York City at MSG. It was distasteful. It was disgusting. I don't stand for it. I don't like it. Having some neo-Nazi type rally outside of New York where we are a melting pot, not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. But what do you expect in this 2024 America when we have this guy running for president? That's my bro. That's my bro. That's definitely my bro. And just the guys who let you know, Trump approves of his speakers. The people who say the crazy stuff on stage, they have to get approval from Trump. And they also have to run his speeches by him. So he absolutely knows what's going on. For those who are on the fence and feel like, he's some good guy and, it's just a rally. Yeah, he didn't do anything. He didn't say it. He approves that stuff. I'm just saying. But it is what it is. That's the show. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Felicia Lee. Shout out to the Predicate. But the credit says the dunk by the Hulk was not an offensive foul, but he gave up 2 straight driving layups. Did he give up 2 straight driver layups? I'll go watch it back. I felt like he deterred a lot of players defensively, to be honest with you. I felt like he changed a lot of shots. Like there was a part of the game where Evan Mobley tried to post him up 1-on-1, and I feel like he did a really good job defending him. I feel like he played great defense overall. And that foul definitely wasn't a foul. It's funny, in the NBA, they usually, when the offensive player uses his offhand to shield the defensive player, they never call that. Like you can see, like when ball handlers go to the hole and they'll dribble they dribble with their right hand and clear with their left hand. You'll see ball handlers do that. So like NBA players are trained to kind of shield with their offhand, especially if it's hitting the other player's hand. So for him to like wipe away the other player's arm, not his face, not his shoulder, not his neck, but his arm, and for them to call an offensive foul on that while the game was tight, while the Knicks are coming back, bruh, that's the real bruh. My bad. I'm sorry. That's the real bruh of the game. That's the real bruh to me. But yeah, that's all I got to say. All right, yo, that's the show. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back here talking Knicks basketball for for the next game. And the next game is, when is the next game? Next game is, let's see. The next game is the Heat on Wednesday. I expect the Knicks to take their anger out on the Heat. Jimmy Butler to me is a shell of himself, but you already know Jimmy Butler kind of gets up for the Knicks games. So even though he seems like a shell of himself to me today, I expect to get Jimmy Butler's best punch just because we have a history. Just because of Jimmy Butler versus Tom Thibodeau, just because of the Knicks-Heat rivalry going back for years, and just because of the Knicks-Heat rivalry going back even 2 seasons ago. So I expect the Knicks to win this game and the game afterwards towards the Pistons kind of get back on track. But I still expect a hard, tough game. And I definitely want to win this game because I still remember what the Heat did to Julius Randle when he was here and took us out of contention. Probably caused him to be traded. Look, they could have. Imagine having Julius Randle with the team we had last year fully healthy. Man. Last year's Knicks is going to be one of those what if teams for the rest of my life that I'm going to think about. It really is. Last year's team is going to be one of those what if teams that I'm going to think about. But if the team does what it's supposed to do this year, then I probably won't think about it like that. Straight up. Felicia says, Jay Ellis, Butler's trying to force his way out of Miami, but you still going to get his best. You know what, Felicia? You're right. This could be Jimmy Butler's version of James Harden fat suit in Houston. He might be putting on the Miami fat suit to try to get him out of there. Here's the thing. Jimmy Butler wants that bread. That guy, 35 years old, he hardly plays a full season. So if he's going to force himself out of Miami and think he's going to get paid somewhere else, he got another thing coming. Now, if he's just trying to force himself out of Miami and play like a supporting role somewhere else, that's different. Because at this age, I feel like Jimmy Butler is at supporting role age. You don't play that many games. You're kind of injured every year. You're at supporting role age. At the same time, though, how much money you cost, it's going to be tough for any team to swallow to try to trade for Jimmy Butler unless they're really, really close and they feel like, you know what, we can use his veteran leadership to get us over the top and we have picks and we can move something that's not going to disrupt our core. But I would definitely look at Jimmy Butler as I feel like, it actually feels like the Heat should blow it up, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like Bam and Jimmy Butler should be traded because the Heat, to me, aren't going anywhere. Especially because this is the year when you want your picks. There's a lot of talent in the draft this year. It's supposed to be really deep. The Heat are kind of in that weird spot all the time where they're like almost a playing team. If I was the Heat, I would just bottom out and start over, like straight up. D-Raz says Jimmy to the WNBA. Just because the dude got long hair don't mean he's going to the WNBA. That don't mean that. All right, yo. All right, yo. That's our show. Thank you guys for watching. I will be back. We will be back to talk Knicks versus Heat. Oh, wait, we got a KATS fan in the building. KATS fan said what did he say? Trading Cat was a mistake. Dante Randall were way better. Yo, listen, KATS fan, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Do not make the same mistake that you guys made 2 years ago while celebrating too early. Because we all know what happened last time. You celebrated too early when you won a couple of playoff games and you started rocking Cavs chains around your neck and then you got smacked. All right. And then you got smacked and then you went home salty as hell. So you want to talk smack when Jalen Brunson was out for the third quarter on a bad knee, and y'all squeaked out a game. Cool. Enjoy your smack, but that shit don't really matter. If I were you, and if I was a KATS fan, I would just look in the mirror and be ashamed of yourself for how y'all even performed last season, because you guys are the same guys who avoided the smoke last year and still went home early. Still went home early. Y'all are losing games on purpose and still went home early. I'm just saying. So before you get hyped about a regular season win in the third game of the season, I would just check yourself, look in the mirror. Because to be honest with you, the Cavs really ain't going nowhere. I'm just letting you know. So enjoy that win goes. Like y'all like what how many games have y'all won against us in the last 2 years? Like one. Like we've owned you for during the regular season and the playoffs. So yeah, I wouldn't be too hyped, buddy. I wouldn't be too hyped. I wouldn't be too hyped. All right. I just had to flame that dude real quick. That was the show. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, you already know what it is. It's a mess out here in these Knicks YouTube streets. That's the show. We out of here. Peace.